Hey guys, Dave here from Trigger RC. What I'm going to show you today is how easy the conversion is to get your E-Revo 16th scale E-Revo VXL to get going about 80 kilometers an hour. So everything that you need to get going 80 kilometers an hour does not come with. So out of the box it will not do this. However, they do provide the pinyin, which is good, and that helps. What you do need to get yourself is another battery to match the one that comes with it, as well as you need to get yourself a Y connector. So I'm going to show you now the two Y connectors that are available for those of you who are running two batteries. Okay, so what you see here are the two different Y connectors that are available to be able to run two batteries with your 16 scale VXL. The first one here is a parallel connector, and it says right on it, the capacity of the connected batteries combined to extend runtime. So that's how that works. It simply plugs in to your car here, allowing then two batteries to be plugged in. Simple. Now, that's in parallel. You can also hook them up in series, and that's what we have here. And you'll see here that this is the series. The voltage of the connected battery is then combined. So of course, when you combine voltage, you increase speed. So that's cool. So first thing, if you want your car to get going real fast, you're going to use the series connector, and the next thing you're going to do is change the pinyin. I thought I was going to show you guys, for those of you who are a little bit concerned with, I don't really know if I want to start taking this thing apart. I'm going to show you really how easy it is to change the pinyin gear on this particular thing, and then we'll go from there, and then maybe we'll take a quick speed run so you guys can see how fast this goes. Okay, so when you're getting ready to change the change the pinyin, the first thing you have to do, because the pinyin is attached to the motor, is you have to take the motor out. So this is actually quite simple. First thing, you need to just take the cap off of the transmission. So just give that a little spin here. Whenever I'm working on any type of project like this with little tiny I always make sure to have a nice little plastic bucket. So go ahead and pull that off. That should just slip right out. That's just the case for it. Keeps all the dust out and what have you. And now that provides access to the pinyin gear. And what we're going to do is use the 2.5 millimeter wrench here, and we're going to loosen, actually remove this screw right here. And that comes out just that simple. Make sure you hang on. There's a lock nut, and sorry, I'm not even in the frame here. There's a lock nut and a washer that you need to not lose. Okay, so now what you've done is you have freed the motor to move freely. Ta-da! But as you can see in this particular car, because they're so small, and I thought this was just genius from Traxxas, because the car's so small, look at, I can't get this motor out of here. It's jammed in there. It's jammed right up against the shocks. It's not going anywhere. So what a simple idea they came up with. Let me open the battery bay here, and you'll notice that the electronic speed control is actually slid right in. And you can just go ahead and slide the ESC out of the way, just like that, giving you free access to the motor. Isn't that cool? And then, as with any Traxxas cars, the motor are mounted on an aluminum pin, just like that, so that it just comes out easy peasy lemon squeezy. So that's the pinyin gear. As you can see, I've already changed the pinyin gear, and I'm gonna grab the one that comes with it originally. And show you the difference. So this is the one that comes in the bag, and this is the one that originally comes on the car. Look at the size difference here. way different. So a smaller pinion means, that's the dog. Hold. So as I was saying, the smaller pinion is going to allow this car to, first of all, have a little more torque, but ultimately not burn out the motor. So it's really important that you do put the recommended smaller pinion on. It's very simple to do. Do you see that tiny little nut that's in there? I don't even know what size that is. Maybe I believe that's a millimeter, maybe 1.5. Anyways, so that 1.5 millimeter nut comes out, the pinion slides off, the other one slides on, you tighten the nut, and you're good to go. So do this all in reverse to put the motor back on. Make sure you're following the instructions that they have provided you in your Traxxas instruction booklet. There's no reason not to. It takes 2 minutes to read, and you might save yourself a lifetime of pain here. So while I put the speed control back in, and it just slides in the same way it came out, just like that, I'm going to set, and this is an important piece right here, when you go and set the pinion against the transmission here, this wheel, it's important that you're not too loose against it, or you'll just spin and burn out your teeth, or it's important you're not too tight against it too. I don't think you guys can see that there. It's important you're not too loose, like off, or too tight where it's jamming. You have to get it just right. What they've recommended in your guide, that you actually work a piece of paper through it. That'll allow for just the proper amount of clearance in between so that the two wheels spin freely. So the first thing I do will be to just load the screw up and slide it in so that it's just snug, I would say, not even snug. So that it's just got enough pressure so I can still move the motor freely. But I'm ready to tighten it up. I've cut myself a little strip of paper. I'm going to make sure that the motor is up against exactly how I want it. I'm going to put some pressure against the paper. I'm going to, you can't see any that I'm doing here. I'm going to put pressure against the paper. I'm going to tighten the motor up like so. And I'm going to get my tool stuck in the nut. Perfect. And then I'm just going to back the paper out. And bada bing. You can see that it's all crinkly. That's good. And you can see that the wheels are spinning without any grinding noise, but also they're perfectly bumped up against each other. That's excellent. We're going to put the cap back on the transmission. So that's it. So we've ultimately taken the pinion that came installed on the Valenian motor and removed it, and we've put the one that came in the bag on. We are going to then take the, as stated, the series connector and attach it to there. So now we can hook up 2 batteries to it. We'll install the 2 batteries and see how it goes. So, wow, this thing is fast. Oh, somebody's at the door. actually. When they say that it goes 50 miles an hour, which is about 80 kilometers an hour, for those of you who are everywhere except for the United States, you know what, you're like, okay, sure, 80, why not? That's fast when you're trying to, first of all, 80 happens really fast when you're not on a very big street, you'll notice. So you kind of just get going. And then also, when you're worried about traffic and when you're trying to avoid gravel and all the rest. Anyways, so it's there's a lot of speed there. As always, after you run, you should unhook your batteries. I can't help but notice the motor is smoking hot, which is cool. And that's okay. And that doesn't want to come off. There we go. So this thing's a lot of fun. The idea that you can then go ahead and put... This is a popular place. And we're back. Okay, and so anyways, the idea that you can go ahead and put 3-cell lipo ×2 into this thing afterwards is just insane. I have a feeling that's when people start breaking parts. So anyways, now I've got it in my head that I want to start jumping it. So we're going to build a fun jump. And I think that if I can get it going that fast on the grass over a jump, I have a feeling I can probably clear like a minivan at this point. So I'm in for a lot of fun with this little guy. All that fun for 312 bucks, I say, is a pretty good deal. So look forward to more videos. This is Dave from Trigger RC. Take care. Say hey, Jake.
Hi.
See you guys.